trumpet in the United States will never be able to suppress China's rise through tariffs. Trumpet is free to engage in a trade war with China. It is his freedom. However, he will not win against China. KAHEVA fiercely criticized Anderson Cooper, who spread the fire rainbow. However, a KAHEVA video was introduced on CNN in the United States.
Chinese call Trump Chandaye. The meaning is a great Trump grandfather.
The video's content was about China stating that China loves and supports trumpet. This means that a major media outlet has acknowledged KAHEVA as a China expert. There are 3 types of understanding: intellectual understanding, emotional understanding, spiritual understanding. To fully comprehend another person's religion or another person's nation, country, one must understand through all 3 of these aspects. Understanding should not be based on the binary perspective of US versus them or black versus white. Let's examine China from an intellectual perspective. First, China is a country with thousands of years of recorded history, as I said for so many times in my videos. There are countless languages in China, not just Mandarin. There are even some Russian similar language, and there are numerous ethnic groups. China is a more diverse country than the United States. The majority of Chinese people strongly oppose the division of the nation and foreign invasions. China's vast land allows summer and winter to coexist simultaneously. So the picture that I'm showing you right now is China. That is also China. Now, let's examine the emotions and sentiments of the Chinese. The essence of the Chinese people's sentiments is neither war, religion, or politics. The core of the Chinese spirit is, can you guess? Prosperity. Stability is more important to China than change or prosperity. The Chinese believe that sudden change or revolution is unacceptable. This is because a sudden revolution have resulted in the death of tens of millions of Chinese people. So FYI, during the 태평 Rebellion, 태평천국운동, it is estimated that at least 20 to 30 million, so it is at least, to 70 million people died. So mostly people assume that maybe 50 million people died during the single rebellion in Chinese continent. So even Jack Ma, this guy who advocated for change, had to become a recluse because that is not what Chinese people and China wants. The Chinese people believe that China is the center of the world. So as I told you, China is called 中国 in Chinese, and I read the comments that KAHEVA 中国 does not mean center of the world. It is. So at the time period when China really strongly insisted towards the word that 中国, we are the center of the world, they even made their own version of their own world map, putting China in the center of the world and the rest of the world like Africa or the other continents like Europe. China is in the center and other continents look like an island or something. This is why the Chinese are confident and they are outspoken, and somebody even claimed that Chinese are noisy or loud wherever they go in the world. And the name of China's greatest square, 천안문, means ruling the world with happiness. We are now going to understand China from a spiritual perspective. Chinese religion is not about serving a deity. It's not about serving one heavenly God. It's about serving humanity. So just as Jesus died for humanity, Chinese religious beliefs seek blessings for people. The Chinese find it foolish how many nations and ethnic groups commit brutal acts in the name of serving God. So Chinese people have zero acceptance for that kind of behavior. So the Chinese do not pursue an idealistic religion or idealistic paradise, but they are practical people, we should admit that, who seek stability and peace in reality. So America knows very little about China. American politicians only understand China intellectually. So, truly understand China, one must grasp its emotional and spiritual aspects as well. Fortunately, Trump understands China in all three areas. So, if America is a country with a god of war, China is a country with a god of commerce, according to KAHEVA. KAHEVA also stated that Elon Musk will not gain significant profits in China. Trump and the United States will never be able to suppress China's rise through tariffs. So that is not the way. China controls most of the commerce in Asia, such as Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, etc. So if mainland China guarantees profit, these countries that I just mentioned will identify themselves as China only if China guarantees their profit. But if China does not guarantee their profit, they will simply live as Chinese descendants of another country. Trump is free to engage in a trade war with China. It is his freedom. However, he will not win against China. The reason is that Chinese goods will always enter the US through third country Chinese communities. Of course, the wise trumpet will not start a war with China over Taiwan or North Korea. So if the US military intervene on Taiwan or North Korea, it will mean the end of the world. A war 10 times larger than the Vietnam War will break out if the US military intervenes in Taiwan or North Korea. This is KAHEVA. See you in the next video. God bless you.